It was a Wednesday afternoon in June 2024 when the royal crisis reached a boiling point. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, had just gotten off the phone with her husband, Prince Harry, and by all accounts, she was furious. But before we continue, please subscribe to Fame Finder, hit that notification bell, like this video, and leave a comment with your thoughts. Sources close to the couple say that Meghan had been on edge for weeks, anxiously awaiting news about Harry's application to renew his U.S. visa. As a British citizen, Harry had been granted a special visa, allowing him to live and work in the United States alongside Meghan after their dramatic exit from the royal family in 2020. But now, with that visa set to expire in the coming months, the Duke of Sussex was facing an uphill battle to get it renewed. Meghan, never one to shy away from a fight, was determined to do whatever it took to ensure her husband could stay by her side in America. The trouble started a few weeks earlier when Harry first reached out to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services to begin the renewal process. By all accounts, the application was fairly straightforward. Harry needed to provide updated paperwork, prove he still met the visa requirements, and pay the necessary fees. But something seemed to be getting hung up in the system. Days turned into weeks, and Harry still hadn't received a decision on his renewal. Meghan, unwilling to sit idly by, started making phone calls of her own, frantically trying to get answers and push the process along. Unfortunately, her efforts didn't seem to be paying off. Each call to the visa office only left her more frustrated, as bureaucratic red tape and vague responses kept the couple in limbo. With the expiration date looming, Meghan's panic began to set in. She was an absolute wreck, one insider told reporters. All she could think about was the possibility of Harry having to leave the country. She was determined to do whatever it took to make sure that didn't happen. That determination finally boiled over during a fateful phone call on Wednesday. Sources say Meghan had been trying to get through to a supervisor at the visa office for hours, only to be bounced from one customer service representative to the next. By the time she finally reached someone who could give her an update, Meghan was at the end of her rope. The representative delivered the news that Harry's application was still under review and that there was no timeline for a decision. That was apparently the last straw for the Duchess. Eyewitnesses say Meghan let out an anguished scream before unleashing a torrent of angry words on the unfortunate person on the other end of the line. "Pack your bags and go," she reportedly yelled. "I don't care what you have to do, but you better get this sorted out immediately. My husband is not leaving this country. Do you understand me?" The call apparently ended with a resounding slam as Meghan hung up in disgust. A stunned silence fell over Meghan and Harry's Montecito home as the gravity of the situation truly started to sink in. In the days that followed, the royal couple remained tight-lipped, avoiding the press and declining all interview requests. But rumors and speculation were already swirling, with tabloids and royal watchers offering their own theories about what might happen next. Would Harry be forced to leave the U.S.? Would Meghan take drastic action to keep him there? And how would the British public, not to mention the royal family, react to this latest drama unfolding across the pond? One thing was certain. This was yet another chapter in the saga of Harry and Meghan's post-royal life, and it promised to be a doozy. The couple had already weathered so many storms, from their bombshell Oprah interview to their ongoing legal battles with the British press. But this latest visa issue felt like uncharted territory, and many wondered if it might finally be the thing that broke them. Loyal Meghan and Harry supporters were quick to rush to the couple's defense. They argued that the Duke and Duchess were simply fighting for their right to live together as a family, and accused the visa office of unfairly targeting the high-profile pair. "This is just another example of the establishment trying to keep Harry and Meghan down," one fan tweeted. "They've sacrificed so much to build a life in America, and now they're being threatened with being torn apart. It's disgusting, and I hope Meghan gives them hell." Others, however, were less sympathetic. Some royal critics accused Meghan of overreacting and making a spectacle out of a routine bureaucratic process, and a few even suggested that Harry should simply return to the UK if he couldn't get his visa sorted out. At the end of the day, he's a British citizen, one commentator argued. If he can't stay in the US, then he should just go back home. Don't forget to subscribe to Fame Finder, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the CI